Resurrection Fest TV.
Down and under where the damned are riding. Down and under where you pay.
Seguimos en Resurrection Fest TV y tengo el honor de estar una vez más en lo personal con Scott Ian from Anthrax. First time in Resurrection Fest, right?
Yes, first time.
And is what you expect? Because you just arrived like, what, a couple of hours ago? Or?
Yeah, we just got here. I don't... To say is it what I expected, I don't really think about it too much.
Okay.
And when I just show up and I see the stage, and when I walk on it, I usually don't even go look. Although today I'm going to go watch Suicidal Tendencies, so I'll get to see some of the festival before we play. It's very rare that I get to enjoy other bands on the festivals because a lot of the times we're very busy doing either press or having something to do, or we get there too late, or we have to leave right away, or...
Oh, you're too tired because you're traveling a lot.
Yeah, but today I get to see Suicidal, so I'm very happy.
Well, we're going to go together then.
Better not be on right now.
No, it's later on. So, let's talk about Charlie, your drummer. What happened?
He has carpal tunnel syndrome, if you understand, and there might be a different name in Spanish, but it's a problem in his wrist, and he could only play for a few weeks at a time on a tour, and then he has to rest for a certain period of time. So we had just finished a big tour in the States, and there was no way for him to come and do this run without re-injuring his hand. So he had to take this time off. And but now we have 3 months off after this anyway, so like when we go back out again later in the year, then Charlie could come out again.
Okay, so we have to, we can't relax that he's gonna be back, right?
Yeah. But back and forth, because of the wrist.
Yeah.
Sometimes Charlie can play, sometimes he can't play, and we've had John Deddy filling in for Charlie now for 5 years. Since we were like on tour with Motorhead over here in Europe 5 years ago, John Deddy started filling in, and we're lucky because with John it's seamless. Of course I want Charlie there, but when Charlie's not there, I have nothing to worry about because John plays it perfect.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. Okay, let's talk about the latest album. Well, we spoke about it when a day before it came out, it was released, and then after a couple of months, and now that it's been over a year. How is it going? Are you still happy with it? Are people still responding the same way?
Yeah, it still feels like a new record to me. We've just added the song All of Them Thieves into the set. So that's the 6th one. We're not playing 6 new songs tonight, but it's the 6th song off the record we're now playing live. And my goal over the cycle of this album is to play every song on the record at some point on tour. Because I think all of the songs, I love all the songs, and I think they all deserve to be played live. And so we're 6 in now, and probably on the next run we'll learn maybe the song For All Kings or Defend Avenge, and we'll keep adding different ones in. And I think what would be really cool would be at the end of the touring for this record next year sometime, maybe do some shows where we play the whole album.
I think the fans will be really happy to hear this now.
Yeah, I think so too, especially in certain cities where, we've had great shows over the last 15, 16 months. And like I said, it still feels like a new record to me. We're still having fun. We're still playing. We played in Lisbon last night. It's the first time we've been in Lisbon in 27 years, since we played there with Iron Maiden in 1990. So, everything was new last night. But and as you'd expect, they were very, very crazy because we haven't played there in a long time. And so
good memories, I guess, right? It brought you.
Yeah, it was great. Last night was crazy. So I'm hoping tonight we'll top it so we could end the tour with the best show of the tour.
Oh, you won't believe how many people since yesterday is wearing Anthrax t-shirts. Yeah, you won't believe how many.
Proud.
Yeah, you won't believe it.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's gonna be a good night. Anyway, you told me once, I think it was last year, you said to me that this latest album, For All Kings, is your favorite album of all, but I never asked you you know, what favorite album you have from other artists, like other bands? Yeah. What inspires you? You know, everybody, I think, he has an album or a record that is like a comeback to, you know, since for years and years.
It's a really long list.
The first one that comes out to your head.
Well, I'm looking at Iron Maiden on the wall here, so
You have Lemmy down there as well.
I'd have to say my favorite Maiden album is probably Number of the Beast. Killer's and Number of the Beast, very close, but probably Number of the Beast.
Okay.
If I really had to analyze it. Oh, Motorhead, God, I don't know. Probably Ace of Spades would be my favorite Motorhead. Who else do we have around here?
You have everything there.
Let's see. I see Slayer on the wall here, so that would be Rain and Blood. Who else? I don't know.
Rammstein? Isn't it a bit of Rammstein?
Yeah, I don't even know I see Suicidal Tendencies on there. Yeah, I still go back to the first record with Suicidal.
You're still having CDs at home, or you have an MP3?
No, all my CDs are buried in storage somewhere. No, but mostly at home. We're just streaming music all the time, and but we did recently get a pretty good turntable, and all our vinyl most of it is in storage, but we've just been collecting vinyl now again. And now one of these days I'll go to my storage place and bring all my old vinyl back to my house.
That might be a lot.
It takes up a lot of space. It really does. So, where do you put all this crap? But what's amazing is, I wasn't a fan of streaming music initially because I'm in a band, and I felt like, all right, well, I don't like this idea because the bands are getting ripped off. I still feel like the bands are getting ripped off, but at the same time, I definitely enjoy I love being able to be in my house and basically have any song ever right on my phone, and I could go on Spotify and I could have it streaming all through my house anytime.
Don't you think that a platform like Spotify, for example, it's a good tool for new bands to get themselves, to put themselves out there and have the opportunity?
For old bands.
Yeah, but for big bands like you, it's like you're kind of losing money because you're not selling records, if you know what I mean.
Yes, of course. Look, yeah, it doesn't make up for a loss of record sales, but it's 2017, so you adapt. Yeah, if you don't adapt, then you don't survive. It's evolution, and that's really what it is. And in the last few years, we've adapted and we've accepted what's going on in the world. And you can't constantly fight a battle against things you're never going to win and have no control over. So you adapt and you accept it and you figure out what's the best way this is going to work for us, and how do we use this new tool to best represent Anthrax. And
benefit,
and you know what? And Spotify's actually it's worked out really well for us in the last few years, especially on the last record, because we really embraced it on For All Kings, and and kids discover us on Spotify, and then they go buy a ticket to come see us, and then they're a fan for life once they see the band live.
I like that. It's true. That's very true. Okay, let's talk about your other passions beside music, your effects kind of addiction thing. I want to see, I haven't seen it, the episode where you're a White Walker on Game of Thrones. It's just, there's so many cameos. There's also Mastodon guys out there in Game of Thrones. How did you get there? How was the experience?
See, I've been on the Game of Thrones set a few times, and I was made up as a White Walker, but I'm not actually in an episode as a White Walker. I got to be made up by Barry Gower, the man who does the makeup, but I wasn't actually in an episode made up as a White Walker.
Okay.
I'm hoping they only have one more season left to film, and I'm hoping with my schedule I will be able to go and make a cameo in it. It's just I'm waiting to find out what their schedule is, and hopefully it will work. But yeah, we were just with the Mastodon guys at a festival in Strasbourg, and Bron told me, they got to do it the second time they went and did it. So yeah, I'm very jealous.
I am jealous too. I think everybody wants to be on Game of Thrones. And also, you've been a walker. before in
Yes.
The Walking Dead. So I'm jealous too.
I was really on the show Walking Dead, yes, as a walker, and I get killed with a pole through my head. That was very exciting.
I would love to see how they do that. Mostly the White Walkers, because the zombie thing. I don't know. You see a lot of tutorials and stuff, but the White Walker, how many hours it took them to convert you on that?
Almost about 5 hours total of all of that. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I had so much fun. 5 hours to put the makeup on, and then maybe I had the makeup on for 2 hours, and then another hour to take it off. So I wanted to leave it on. I said, I'll just walk around London with this all day.
That's awesome. Okay, last question, I'll let you go. Something that I really want to know about Anthrax. Do you have any ritual before going on stage?
Ritual?
Yes, you know why? Because I find out that actually Rammstein, they listen to mariachi music and have tequila, which is very strange since they're German. But
Fun.
yeah.
That's a very fun. I like that. I noticed when we played some festivals with them last year, and they had a lot of tequila backstage. I did notice that. They even have their own tequila now, I think.
I read that they even tour once with their own mariachis.
Well, there you go. No, we don't. You know what? Our only real ritual, we always pick a song that will play. It'll be we stole it from Iron Maiden, because Iron Maiden always plays the UFO song "Doctor, Doctor" right before they're about to start their show. Everyone knows as soon as you hear "Doctor, Doctor," Maiden is coming on next. So we've been doing that for a long time, but they've had the same song forever. Every couple of years we choose a new song, and for the last year now, "Number of the Beast" has been the song that's on right before we start, and it just gets us excited, and to hear that song every night.
Like
right
a
before
boost
we
of
play.
energy there.
Yeah. Before that we had Mob Rules from Black Sabbath for like 2 years, and so I think Number of the Beast will probably last for a while, and then maybe pick a new song next year or something.
And what about personal rituals? Like I know that there's some bands that musicians just go for a run for half an hour and then come back or stretch or.
Very boring. I just warm up on guitar for maybe 15-20 minutes just to warm up my fingers and my arms, get the blood moving, and then stretching. 10 minutes of stretching, and I'm ready.
Well, Scott, so good to see you again. I hope to see you again in 6 months again, because we've seen each other every 6 months or so. And okay, have a great show tonight. We're gonna be there, and then I go with you to see Suicidal Tendencies.
Awesome.
Okay?
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Okay, this is Shadia, and this is Scott Ian for Resurrection Fest TV.